I hear so many times that there are so many people who are interested in making career changes, leaving the safety, security, and the predictability of the formal economy and moving more into the informal sector of Insurtech and the startup world. And I think there are a lot of things that attract people to this sector and a lot of expectations that people have when moving to this sector. And it's important, though, that when making such big career-changing decisions, that one takes cognizant of the full picture and understands both the advantages and the disadvantages that there might be in working in this sector. In dealing with these frustrations and dealing with these difficulties that arise when people are trying new things with their career, entering new businesses, trying to serve new markets, it is inevitable that difficulties, challenges, and frustrations will arise. And that is where I think Protagion has such an important role to play in supporting people such as yourselves in getting comfortable around making the decisions, understanding the implications of their decisions, and then making a success of what they decide to do when it eventually happens. So I encourage all of you who are excited by the Insurtech world to really think about carefully what it actually entails, reach out for help, support, and guidance in reaching your decisions. And once you've made those decisions with open eyes, fully informed, you stand yourself and the business that you're working for the best chance of success.
The different stages that a startup or a company will go through as it's scaling, which is starting off as a family, where you've sort of got 1 to 10 people. Then you move to a tribe, which is in your tens to like 100. And then you get to a village when you're in your hundreds, and then a city and thousands and nation, etc. So what I was actually able to experience while working in fintech was going from a family to a tribe to a village, and then starting to sort of move towards a city. And I guess what that meant is when I joined in business operations, we were kind of at a family stage, and it was a really close-knit company, and it was really easy to make decisions and for everybody to be aligned and communicating well. What we didn't have, though, was a lot of resources. And so my role in business operations when I joined initially basically just meant that I was doing a bit of anything and everything that wasn't technical. So if it required sort of coding and engineering, I wasn't doing it.
Well, insurance is a heavily regulated industry, right? Anything that you do has to be within the limits of what regulation permits. But that may or may not be allowed by regulations in the jurisdiction you're trying to solve this problem. The insurtechs are typically run by techies, and they are really good at what they do. But at the same time, for them to be able to sell their product to insurance companies or reinsurance companies, they need to be able to talk in the language that they understand. They need to be able to touch upon the pain points that insurers face.
Moving on to a question then from Tian, they mentioned that it can come from getting into fintech or insurtech can come from multiple routes. You can join a company, you can invest in one, or you can join an innovation team, I suppose, at an established organization focusing on adoption of technology. So the question is, what made you, as the panelists, take the route that you have done, which is different in all of your cases as well. So,
and given my computer science background combined with the insurance experience and actuarial expertise, I thought I was in a very strategic position of helping insurtechs. And that's how I started consulting insurtechs. I was lucky to get first few clients very quickly. And then I also started one fairly recently because I thought, this is Protect Me Well, wherein the intention is to help people identify their insurance needs.
So yeah, it was a gradual thing. And then all of a sudden you wake up and you think, phew, I'm not doing anything traditional whatsoever anymore. And that's quite a nice feeling.
That's great. Do you think there's a opportunity to be more of a VC in future as well, Sean? So investing little bits in multiple companies and setting up boards?
I guess at the moment I'm investing with my labor.
For me, like one of the motivations was I had been working in investment finance, and I'd been doing that for like about 3.5 years. And I just really, it kind of came to a point where I wanted to be having more impact. So I could see like how some of the work I was doing was translating, but I wanted really like much more hands-on impact. And so when I did the MBA, I focused on entrepreneurship and social impact, because one of my other roots was that I wanted to start my own business, and, you know, with the social impact focus, which is still something that can be done. But I think I then sort of learned about fintech and also just about tech in general. And I really got quite excited about it. And specifically in London, where there's so much happening in fintech and it's kind of this global hub, and you're really at the forefront of things that are going on. I wanted to sort of experience that. And if I wasn't starting a business, for me, it was important to get into an early stage startup. That was another sort of like decision that I made, because I could have joined or could have, you know, tried to join startups that were later on in their, you know, in their journey, which is also less risky. I was really lucky in that the startup that I joined ended up sort of being this rocket ship. So I got to grow with it. But I think getting in at an early stage gives you such firsthand experience of what it actually takes to run a business without you doing it yourself yet, that was super valuable to me.
Thank you. One of the things I love about your career path so far, Gerisha, is how you've crafted your own career experiences, knowing what you're looking for, exactly as you've just described, moving and almost rotating yourself between different opportunities in different countries, you know, different industries, and you're thinking about the future as well. So that's very much something that we encourage our proteges to do. So I love that. Thank you.